What is the canon ending to Fallout New Vegas? This has been a question on a lot of Fallout fans' minds as of lately, especially with the teaser trailer hinting towards actually a lot of factions still being there. So what is the true ending? Well, let's analyze this. So the NCR obviously is a very big player, and we didn't see them that much in the teaser trailer. Now, from some of the show leaks, we know that they are definitely there. So let's analyze their ending first. So the overview with the NCR is that the Mojave becomes under the official control of them. They become a state part of the NCR, and the Hoover Dam remains in their hands. They expand their influence eastward from there. Now, we didn't get to see a lot of NCR in the teaser trailer because we got to see none of them, but it is interesting to point out that their expansion will be eastward, but based on what happened in the season 1 of the Fallout TV show, I don't think that is very true. Now, the NCR brings bureaucracy, taxes, and law enforcement, but it provides instability and a infrastructure that is not that good. A lot of the NCR is very spread thin, and the taxes are a lot. I mean, the taxes are still better than slavery, but the taxes are still a lot for a lot of citizens to take in. The NCR does have a corruption issue, and while that can be fixed with democracy and possibly the courier and other people fixing things, it does still have corruption that could harm it overall. Now, is the NCR the canon ending? I do not think so, as, well, look at the state of New Vegas. In the teaser trailer, we didn't see a lot of them, and if the NCR had it under their control, while there could be little pockets of not NCR being there, we would have seen a little bit more with the NCR. Obviously, we didn't see them, so I don't think that they are the canon ending. Moving on, though, Caesar's Legion. Now, that's a group we definitely saw in the teaser trailer from definitely these two images alone. But that does not confirm that they won. Now, if you do also notice that there is some grass over there, so they could be closer to California, and that's where Lucy and the Ghoul get ambushed as they're making their way over to the Mojave. Meaning that the Caesar's Legion won Hoover Dam and crossed over. But I do not think that this is the case. I think that it's actually a small detachment of the Legion, not the entire Legion. That was just over there for some reason. We need more explanation, but let's get into their ending. So if the Legion wins, they obviously conquer the Hoover Dam and they move towards California and take control under Vegas. They impose a brutal order with slavery, crucifixion, and suppression of all opposition. While it is safe under the Legion, you are most likely working as a slave, or you're dead, or you're just another trooper to be cannon fodder against enemies using anti-material rifles. Not a fun time, and I don't think they're going to confirm that to be the canon ending to Fallout New Vegas. I do think the Legion is going to be there, but Caesar will not be a part of them no matter what kind of ending you pick. He still has a brain tumor. It is 15 years in the future. I don't think we're going to see the Caesar. We either may get a figure meaning to be Caesar, but that's not Caesar, or we may get Legate Lanius without his helmet finally. As a lot of people pointed out, that Macaulay Culkin is part of the Legion. I think that's a very obvious choice to either have him as Caesar, or the new Caesar, or have him as Legate Lanius. I think both are a very cool option, and I'm definitely interested in seeing what they do with them. But moving on, the next ending is Mr.House. Obviously, by the state of Vegas, I don't think the House won. His Acaratrons are destroyed on most parts. Victor does not look that good, and I think Victor would have at least been somewhat fixed. But House uses his upgrade security Acaratron army to crush the NCR and the Legion. Obviously, the Legion is still very much evolved, so I don't think that they're the canon ending. And they promise a lot of stuff, but it's still kind of chaos. And I don't think Mr.House, especially with an authoritarian state, where basically if you're not part of him, you're against him, and he would have killed you, so a lot of people would have just submitted, I don't think he won, but I don't think he's out of the picture yet. Now, the closest thing to a canon ending I could find is Yes Man, because that relies on you. Now, the courier's choices for this could just be chaos. Let everything burn to the ground, and that's what a Yes Man ending could be. Could just be absolute chaos. But also, Yes Man could be the wrong thing. Now, I don't think that the Yes Man is going to be the canon ending just because it heavily relies on the courier, and that relies on you, and the show cannot predict all your choices. There's so many different choices you can make for different parts, different things, where they will need to confirm something along the line, and I think they're going to try to confirm the least amount of things if possible. Now let's go analyze a few of the sub-factions. Let's start with the Powder Gangers and Fiends. I don't think we'll see Powder Gangers. If anything, we'll see their dynamite and maybe a few dead bodies. Fiends, I'm pretty sure will just be cannon fodder if we see him in any episode, just getting run and shot at, or just saying, oh, watch out for that fiend, and then immediately them getting destroyed by like a rifle or a gun or something like that. Now, moving on, we do see the Kings in the Fallout TV show. They're ghoulified, meaning that there was a nuclear explosion, or a lot of them were subjected to a lot of radiation, turning them into ghouls. I don't know if they're friendly or not. The ones that we see in the trailer or the teaser trailer are definitely not friendly. So we can count them out of the picture. Moving on, the Brotherhood of Steel definitely is not going to be the canon ending. I don't think the Brotherhood in the Mojave is going to be any part. I think they're going to be gone. I think that we see a Brotherhood Civil War, not between the Mojave chapter, but between the East and the West Coast divisions fighting each other for control. And I think it's control of something in Vegas that Hank is going after, and they're trying to fight each other prior to getting over to Vegas. So that's what I think. But most of the endings rely on the Brotherhood of Steel being destroyed or basically kind of joining forces together. I don't think they're going to be here. Now, the Enclave, I don't think a lot of those people were older, but the Enclave is definitely in the show. They could hint to them, especially at the ending of the TV show. It would be a good teaser for like season 3. If the Enclave shows up, basically annihilates whatever it is, takes whatever resource, and then flies back to their main base. Because remember in season 1, they do have a giant city that's probably in Seattle or Washington somewhere. But yeah, that's pretty much it. A lot of the endings don't really make sense. So the best ending to think is that there is no ending. The Courier lost. I think whatever faction the Courier sides with is a losing faction no matter what. The narrator only knows so much as the Courier or the next few days before the Courier leaves. The narrator cannot predict the future of New Vegas, and I don't think that that's going to be the case. I think that nobody wins, whatever you pick. Everyone loses in Vegas, and I think that's going to be a very big theme with the show. I don't think the NCR wins just because they're already stretched thin, and they're already basically kind of really stretching themselves to get to this point, and they're not very popular. Plus, with Shady Sands being destroyed and other elements, while we could see them there, I don't think it's going to be the main NCR group. Moving on with the Legion. The Legion was on its dying breaths taking New Vegas. If they successfully took it, it would mean very much little because their leader dies, and basically the faction kind of collapses around that. I do think the Legion that we are going to see in the show are going to be somewhat like Legion remnants, or something along that line. Mr.House, while he could have taken control of the Securitrons, he couldn't have predicted a Deathclaw attack on the Vegas Strip and be able to hold that off successfully or set up space travel. None of that was possible. And Yes Man is up to the Courier's choices, so maybe Chaos did win. Maybe Yes Man is the canon ending. We won't know until we get more, obviously, trailers or actual episodes, but my prediction is that none of the endings are canon. Everything is still up to you, and it's your future to decide. I know that's a very boring answer, but at the end of the day, Todd Howard still wants you to play the game. Bethesda still wants you to play the game, enjoy it, make your choices, and still feel like they impacted it somehow. But yet in 15 years, your choices or your decisions meant very little in the grand scheme of things, as kind of the showing with Fallout, as the corporations really won, or basically, no one wins in Vegas, and I think that is going to be a theme of the show. Now, thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments, concerns, or just saying this kind of video sucked, let me know in the comments, as I am very able to talk and respond and very interested to hear what you guys think. Thank you so much for all my channel members. You guys have been supporting me amazing lately, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day.